Why?
Just kidding.
What?
Get your ass in the co-pilot seat, mate.
Okay, sir, I'm in the co-pilot seat.
Yeah, I'll just have to wait. I'll fly us up to the training area.
Training area? I thought this was a training area.
Nope.
Bye, Mendo.
See you, man. Have fun, guys.
Yep.
So yeah, I've never flown a chopper before. What's this stick in between my legs? Oh no, sorry, that's a joystick. I had my other hand. What was my other hand doing?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I was wondering about that myself.
I'm picking out a peanut.
Ah, that was it. Right. I thought it smelled a little bit strange.
So yeah, I thought the flying area was at the airport.
It is. But we're not using that, mate.
Oh, okay. You got
Because
more trust
pretty
than I
much
believe
the
in.
airfield is way too busy these days, so we can't be doing the training over there. So pretty much I use the grid up at Mountain Rescue, because we're pretty much alone up there.
And there's not so many objects to smash into.
That too. And it's quite flat and easy, so.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
I knew you were going to say something like that. One good thing about Ace's not being in right now is that I can
User
mute
was
that
moved out
helicopter
of your
sound again
channel.
when we're talking. That was quite hard yesterday with 2 students.
Yeah, someone reported it up that they put on that the audio mute and then it popped back in again.
It's a shame you had to remove it though, because it was quite cool. I saw a lot of great promise in it.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's the difference between us and other communities is we abide by people's regs, and yes, it was a lot of work to remove it again, but as soon as we were informed they don't like people redistributing their content, then we got removed instantly, so that's what I mean. If we're not like that, then we wouldn't be around for 10 years, so yeah.
No,
Anyway.
I totally understand, and you know, I like that this community is like that, of course.
We ain't got permission, we don't use. If people have issue with us using their content, we remove. Simple as.
Yeah.
No skin off of our nose.
True.
If we want content as badly as we want it, then we just make it ourselves, what we've always done.
Yeah.
And at least that way we get control over the content, and it's our own bugs for us to fix rather than fixing other people's bugs and then letting them know, then getting told, oh, you're wrong. No, we're fucking not. Well, how about you just listen to what we're doing and understand that it makes it backwards compatible. But yeah. I'll get to try my new mouse. I've not flown with this new mouse yet.
Oh, what new mouse you bought?
It's a Cougar 700M. It's quite a cheap mouse, but it's got all the like top grade lasers, and it's got weights in it and all the rest of it, so it's really nice to control.
Nice.
I just got to get the DPI right on it, because the other cool thing, it's got a fire button, so you got essentially 3 finger mouse buttons. So you got your right click, left click, and then on the side of the left click you've got another fire button, and then where your thumb sits underneath your browser forward and back, you got a sniper button, which you push in, it knocks the DPI down to nothing, so you can proper smooth it in.
Wow.
Just a question before we take off. You do realise we're half fuel?
Yep. I got a tank on me.
Okay.
Still good for a while. Alright. So, you've never flown before, have you?
Nope.
Well.
I've been in choppers with other people.
Alright. Well, okay. Basically, we need to have a little chat first then. What you got between your legs there?
It's a penis, sir.
Talking about the actual hard one?
It's a penis, sir.
Alright, okay. Well, the other hard one then, which is bent in a strange, angle.
Yes.
Not the penis.
The joystick that I don't use with my wife, yes, I get what you mean.
Yes. The thing you actually get some fun out of.
I don't know about that.
Okay, that is how you control your helicopter. By pushing that forward, your helicopter will tip forward. By dragging it backwards, your helicopter will tip backwards. Or, you know, and the same thing on to the right, your helicopter will tilt to the right. If you do it to the left, it will tilt to the left. Pretty much a helicopter is made in a way that it actually tries to fall down from the sky in comparison with a plane which actually wants to fly because of the wings. The helicopter wants to fall down. So you pretty much work against the nature's law. If you
Okay.
look upside, if you look up, you will see these big blades. That's your rotor. Those create lift when they are swinging around fast, which in the end takes you either up, forward, back, or to the sides, depending on which way you actually use that joystick to tilt. At the end of the helicopter is another rotor, a little one, and it basically tries to stabilize your helicopter because these rotors and the engine will make your fuselage want to spin around that axis. And that tail rotor keeps you level or balanced. You can also manipulate that tail with your feet, the two pedals that you have, to actually make your helicopter turn around its motor axis, either to the left or to the right, or clockwise or anti-clockwise is probably the right way to say it.
Okay.
A little bit. I don't want to give you too much information now, so you actually remember the most important parts. But basically, you do not want to use your pedals while flying over 100 kilometers an hour because your helicopter has a tail as well, and that tail will keep your helicopter flying in the direction you want when you have a speed over 100 kilometers an hour. So basically, at that speed, you handle the helicopter more or less like a plane. It's when you start to descend or decrease your speed from 100 to 0 that the helicopter works differently than a plane. Because you can, of course, hover with this. You cannot do that with a plane, or at least not normal planes. And beneath 100, you can use that tail rotor again to manipulate your direction. If you do that above 100, you might tear it off, and then you have a problem. I guess you
Okay.
could probably see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, obviously.
Yep.
It'd be
Good.
broken.
Yep. And what would that do to the helicopter?
Well, I'm guessing if you've already got forward momentum, the helicopter would probably keep going forward. But when slowing down, the body of the helicopter would spin because it's got nothing to counterbalance it.
True. Exactly. And that's 100% correct. And this also means that if you're going to land, you would have to actually land in a speed around 100 kilometers an hour, which could be a little bit of a tricky thing if you're in an area where you don't have that much space to land on.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to do right now is the little lever that you have your left hand on. That is called your collective. It's pretty much throttle as well. You gave more torque or decreased torque to your engine, which pretty much gives you lift or not lift, so you can either go up and down. The engine always makes you go in the direction of your rotors, like upwards. So it's basically when you're tilting the helicopter forward, you start moving forward as well, because the rotors are tilted in the angle of the way you actually are tilting. That makes the rotor push you that way.
Is that the pitch of the blades?
Well, it's both actually. The collective that you're actually controlling there with the lever is the pitch of the blades, but you're also using the twist of your hand to give and not give extra power to the engine.
Will my left hand be able to do it? Because my right hand's where all my muscle is.
Yes, you will.
Okay, I guess
You
I'll
see that?
find out.
If you see me, I'm still. It is actually you're having your muscles should be on the joystick because that's going to be the most stressing one for you. It's harder to move, and you keep using it all the time. You see, if you look at me as well, I'm also holding with the same hand on my joystick, and the left hand is also on my collective and throttle.
Okay, you look like you've had a lot of practice at holding your joystick, so okay.
I do. I can promise you, I have a lot of hours and hours. It's my joystick is almost torn to pieces.
Mm. You've
It's
ripped
just
your sheath.
flints of yeah. I've had to change the whatever.
What's this thing on the windscreen here, on the left-hand side of the compass?
That is a pressure meter. It actually measures the pressure outside.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, now, if you use just your you twist that stick to your left hand, which is your throttle, you will give more power to the engine when we start it, and that will make the helicopter go straight up. So if you then push your stick forward while you're doing that, what will happen to the helicopter?
It would tip forward.
Yeah, which also would mean that the
It
helicopter
would go forward.
True. That goes for all the other directions as well. And
Okay.
basically, this is something that you need to understand when you're taking off, and this is also very important when you're landing. Because when you're taking off in a helicopter, the helicopter could basically go either way because of you have wind, you have the helicopters all act a little bit different, even though they're set up the same way. And also, basically, if you're not really holding your stick correctly, it could start to move either to the left, forward, or back, or to the right. And you want to eliminate that variable, so you basically decide which way you want to go before you take off, so that you can, if you want to go forward, which is most commonly the way you want to go, you just tilt or you push your stick a little bit forward, so that you already have that momentum when your throttle reaches a level when you actually take off.
Okay.
This way you know, and you already know which way it's going to go, instead of having to recover your helicopter when it starts going some way that you don't know, or you're not ready for. The same as that goes for the landing as well, but we'll practice that maneuver a little bit. What I want you to do right now, I'm going to release the controls here. That means that you can be able to take the controls. I can override that later on if I need to, but I want you to start the engine. You'll do that by pushing the button to on the panel right in front of you, just straight in front of your left hand there. There's the button to start the engine. We have to wait until the engine has gotten enough momentum to actually take off. I'll tell you when that is okay. You'll see that on the lamp that stops. What's it called? Illuminating, emitting light, and you will be ready to take off. And I want you to just lift off to about somewhere between 5 and 10 meters above the ground, and just try to keep the helicopter stable at that point.
Okay.
All right. I'm unlocking controls now, so you are able to take them.
Okay, starting the engine now.
Okay. When you hear the engine starts leveling out right now, yeah.
You want me to go to 5 meters?
5 meters should suffice for now, just to keep it there and try to keep it level. Try not to move backwards, forward, or to the side, just trying to keep it the same spot. Very nice. Just small movements. Whenever you're controlling a helicopter, you need to kind of think at least a couple of seconds ahead of what you're going to do, because it takes a couple of seconds before the helicopter reacts to your movement. Very nice. You're using the pedals as well. Well done. Seems like you have a very intuitive approach to this.
Just don't want to die, sir.
That's a very good way to think about it all. I don't either.
I'll do my best not to kill you, sir.
Good. Alright, now you can start just at your own will, slightly moving the helicopter in the direction you want it to go, and then after moving a little bit to that direction, I want you to make it stop again and level out.
Okay.
Don't pick up too much speed. That's good. Right, yes, you need to go back to get the helicopter to stop the motion. That's correct. And then level out. Very nice, sir. Very nice. And it will be like a balance, kind of a coordinated balance and dance between giving a little bit of throttle and using your collective to pitch your helicopter to the helicopter rotors to actually give more or less lift to make that happen. So the rotor pretty much works like a parachute when you're at bigger speeds and when you're in approach. You can move a little bit forward if you want. I'll talk while you're doing that. And then level out when you feel like it. Because basically, that's a big fan up there. When you're moving fast forward and want to break up, you need to actually pitch your nose up and let the fan work its magic as a stopper to break the wind. Yes, I said break the wind.
Try not to kill you here, sir. You're just going to be making me laugh.
Good, very good, very good. I would like to see you decrease the throttle a little bit, so you start moving down and just land ever so smoothly on the tarmac. Careful not to go sideways. Now you're also going a little bit backwards, so you try to counter that. Good. Very nice. Basically, at the beginning, you should never ever try to land if you're going sideways. It's never more important to hit your mark or land in that direction than risking losing your helicopter. Because sideways pretty much means that the engine can actually throw us off and tip us to sideways, and tipping sideways pretty much means boom, and most commonly dead persons. Don't want that. Now I want you to actually go into your GPS and just mark a mark in
User
front of us
disconnected from your channel.
where the turn probably is. And you just set that mark as a waypoint for yourself.
Okay.
And then I want you to take off and rise up about to 15 meters and then move forward and then land on that mark as best you can. But again, don't prioritize landing on the mark. Prioritize landing in the direction with the helicopter moving in the direction forward where you land. If you don't hit the mark, if it starts moving sideways, you don't want to counter that by landing sideways movements. You want to counter that by turning your tail so that your nose is pointing the way that you're moving.
Okay. So, do you want me to land as a slide, or?
Try to land stopping while you're landing, but if it's a slide, it's better with a slide than moving backwards. Moving
Okay.
backwards could mean that you actually land and tip your tail down into the ground. That means damaging your helicopter most often. Very nice. See that you have a very natural talent for this kind of stuff. Very good, sir. Very good. Now I want you to do the same thing, just the opposite side of this road, pretty much to the southwest.
What, on the curve again?
For example, past the house that we passed, somewhere on the road past the house, you can make a mark, so that we have a little bit of distance. And then I want you to turn around, yes, true, and then pick up speed this time. pretty much like 100, 150, somewhere in between that. Just keep your altitude about 20 meters, and then land on that spot.
Okay.
Good job maintaining your altitude. Very nice. I'll be sure to make your helicopter work as a fan to get to that point. Have a nice descent. Very nice. And good counter there, good. Very good, very good. A little bit of tip as well with the, it's better to actually land while you're doing a slight forward motion, because again, it's about removing variables to how to counter. If you know that you're still moving a little bit forward, it could just be like 1 kilometers an hour or something. It's better to land while you're moving forward and skid maybe like a couple of centimeters than to end up in a situation where your helicopter starts moving backwards or to the sides, because then you could have a problem with control, especially if you're landing in tight spots.
Okay. I
think
like
you'll
it
get a
tight.
hand of- Yeah, I bet you do. I think you're already getting a hang of this, and it seems like you're actually having good intuition for this. I would like to training you a little bit how I'm using your tail to move around while you're under 100 kilometers an hour. What I want you to do now is, when you lift off, don't do anything yet, but when you lift off, I want you to turn around and move towards the house. And I want you to try to make a movement, a full circle around that house. Just take it easy and don't do anything fast or something like that. We have plenty of time. It's better to use a lot of time in making it right than to rushing through it all. But I want you to try to keep your nose as much pointing towards the house and then moving your tilt to the sides and your tail rotor, your pedals, to counter that movement. Just move sideways around the whole thing, just always keeping your nose towards the house and the tail back, pointing away from the house. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
Cool. And feel free to start. And
What altitude would you like me to do it at?
let's do. I would like it to keep it around 20 this time as well. Well, 15 probably would be better to make sure that we're about level with the roof. You can don't be too cocky and be too close to the house either, but what you feel is safe, what you have control over. Nice. Nice approach into the circle there. Good. Very nice, sir. Nice counter there with the pitch. Good. Very nice. You're almost a pro already, mate. You should come work for us.
Unfortunately, I just need to get this training up so I can go for my test for the EMT service, because I would like to be a pilot for the EMT.
Alright, yeah, I was having some training with a couple of EMTs last night, actually. Ended up actually flying a lot for them because they got cold falls all the time, so we had to abort the training and do some rescuing at the same time. Very nice, sir. Alright, do a full circle again, and then when you're coming out of the circle, like where we were now, I want you to turn your nose towards the helipad and try landing on the helipad. Oh, careful. Good, good.
Way.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. So I was just got a bit carried away with the helipad direction.
Yep.
We got a bit of wind.
It's a little bit of turbulence there, yeah. But nice countered. Good. Level out. Nice. Very nice, sir. I would like now for you to, again, you can choose if you want to land on the helipad here or some kind of mark on the road around here. Just place a mark somewhere that you want to land, and then we'll fly off a couple of kilometers away, and I want you to do a full approach.
Okay.
This time I want you to rise up
User
to
left your channel.
150 meters.
Okay, are you ready for me to go?
Yes?
You want me to get away from here and then come in for a full approach, yeah?
Yes. Oh, just a second, sir. I just need to take a call.
Okay.
I just need to run down to the door and help my wife in with some bags. I'll be right back.
Okay, mate. I'll go and do the approach and everything.
Cool.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Right back, mate. Sorry about that.
Alright, mate, no worries.
5 stories up without an elevator, you see.
Yeah, I'm on the top floor. That's where my computer room is. It's like, I know you've probably got more, but I've got 100 stairs every time I need to go for a piss.
Yeah. Right, how did it go?
It went alright. I landed, no damage, no issues. It was
Cool.
quite smooth.
Right. Let's do it again so I can see the whole process. I didn't see your approach this time, so I'm just going to give you a point for that. To make sure that you don't stress your helicopter too much, and your rotors especially, and your engine. Try to think of your landing path as kind of a arrow that is, meeting its mark. If you know that diving
Yes,
motion, or
that's
that diving.
so basically you come forward and down at the same time, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you're starting to approach, you will be pitching upwards, but you probably be more or less without any kind of throttle much,
User
because your
left your channel.
rotors will just be spinning and taking the fall kind of like a parachute.
Yeah, okay.
Then
Right.
when you start moving towards and you see that your projectile line is missing the target, that's where you start picking your nose down and then giving it throttle to adjust that line of approach.
Okay. I'm completely blinded by the sun, but I shall give it a go.
Yep.
Completely blind.
Strange. I don't feel that. I don't see that same here.
Oh, I sure as hell do.
But at least your approach line is pretty much perfect. Be careful with the sideways. Yeah. And then counter backwards.
Way, Nelly. Sorry, I'm completely blind. I couldn't actually see the floor.
No.
Let me
Just
spin it
turn
around.
around to the other way. It's that way. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do this again. Now I can actually see.
Yep. Of course.
Okay, I'm going to land by the house.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. That's pretty much masterwork right there, mate. Very
Okay.
nice. I think you're pretty much cleared for normal flying.
Think I'd pass the pilot's test?
Definitely, definitely. I would even consider hiring you as a Flannery air pilot by now, so that's good.
Mm.
But basically, you just need to practice more with these, so you really get it under your skin. And after that, you know, if you feel that you want to take it up a notch, and you can start doing some more tight space turns and training for harder and more aggressive landings and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Do you want me to release the controls back to you?
Turn off the engines first, please, and then when the rotors have stopped, I will take controls back. You've had incidents where they could result in disastrous outcomes while taking the controls back.
Yeah,
doing that first.
I've had the same experience. OC, of course, but I had to go out to the toilet, and I gave someone else the controls. Came back, they jumped out the fucking chopper, and I was like 70 million miles in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple of issues as well, and I know all the people who have taken the controls and the helicopters just flip upside down, basically. Okay, cool. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think you're ready for advanced flight mode, mate. You just need to get yourself a joystick.
Well, I kind of can't justify
Controller.
myself. Can't justify getting. Well, I want another X52 that works with armor, but maybe I should try plugging it in again, see if it works now. I'm on Windows 10. It definitely didn't work with Windows 8.
Mm. At least I think it's nice to see that there's more and more people who want to actually learn advanced flight mode on the server. I had like 3 new students coming up to me the last 3 days.
Well, I've
Why
always
for
wanted to I've always wanted to force it on, but people cry about it so much. It's like, oh, it's too hard to fly. We'll learn to fucking fly then.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, though, it is something that, of course, if they're given the choice, they will always choose the easiest way. At least most of them would. And those people will always cry to not have that option at all. You know my stance on this anyway. So.
Yeah, I know. Preaching to the choir, my friend. Preaching to the choir.
I know.
You're going to kill us. I so thought he was going to smack that tree then. Oh, it's picked up my flight stick. It's picked up my flight stick.
Mm.
Give me control for 2 seconds, but be prepared to take it back.
Right. Unlocked.
Nah, it's not responsive at all. Maybe I need to restart. Control, take control, take control. I thought that was me. But it's picked it up, which is better than what it normally does.
Was at least giving it the throttle because it was giving full throttle to the helicopter. That's why it was shaking so badly. It was stressing the engine so fully.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get myself a chopper out and see if I can get my flight stick working. I'm all excited, sorry.
That's cool.
It's been like nearly 3 years since I've flown a chopper with my flight stick. Gonna be a whole new learning curve. I've got my joystick, yeah baby.
User left your channel.